Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Yes? Is something wrong? That is hardly surprising. What do you wish to know?
What do you know of force bonding?
A force bond? What do you mean?
I have a connection with another that could be lethal to both of us.
I'm not sure I understand.
I have a bond that transmits pain across distances.
No. I thought I had heard mention of such connections in some of the holocrons, but I do not possess them. They are part of the holocrons that were taken from the Enclave.
And where could they be? What do you remember about the bonds?
I know some of what you speak. The intensity of the connection varies. It is also said that moments of death or near death may also cause such bonds.
Okay, we already talked about that.
I do not know.
So you don't really have anything new to say then?
Something up? All right. What did you want to know?
Nothing, apparently.
You are spending time with the servant of Atris.
So what? I'm surprised you know so much when you never leave this room.
I knew her mother. She was a Jedi Knight, a master, named Aaron Kai. Jedi are forbidden to have children, and when the crime finally came to light almost a decade later, Kai was exiled. She joined the Mandalorian Wars after the shame of her birth was revealed.
How do you know that? The handmaiden told me not to speak of it.
Revan welcomed her, and she was said to be a skilled warrior, beautiful and strong in the Force. The Force flows strongly in the blood of those born from Force sensitives. I doubt that Aaron was any different. If the servant of Atris is of her blood, then the potential lies within her. If you train her, if you teach her the ways of the Jedi, you will be asking her to break her oath to Atris. It would be best not to train her, and let the bloodline die with Telos.
You said teach her the ways of the Jedi. Curious choice of words.
Ah, that was an interesting choice of words indeed. She has sworn not to follow the path of the Jedi by her oath, but even that oath is limited. One does not need to be Jedi to learn the ways of the Force. I suspect it cares little for our codes and philosophies.
Shouldn't she know her heritage?
Should she? By whose judgment should such truths be revealed? I do not have such arrogant presumptions. The Jedi separate children from their parents as they did you. It is because family exerts a powerful influence on one's development. I am merely saying that revealing such things can have profound consequences, nothing more.
How could I train her?
You must train yourself first. The time will reveal itself. Yet if you persist as you have, building her trust, then you will be training her, whether you know it or not, until the choice is hers, not yours. Before you continue questioning me, I hope your thoughts in the matter concerning the servant of Atris are clear. Spend time with her if you must, but recognize where your true loyalties lie, to the galaxy and yourself.
My loyalties are to my friends and allies.
Ah, so it is loyalty you claim when you squander away your time with her. Never have you wondered what it would mean in the Ichani rituals if the two of you sparred and fought, and you won, completely and utterly. If perhaps she would give in, surrender herself to you, few are the thoughts that can hide in the shadows of your mind. Exile. And such passions are not strength, but erosion.
Well, I have not really thought about anything like that. If you think you know me, you're wrong.
No? Then perhaps I was simply mistaken. Very well. I shall keep such judgments to myself. Yes? Have you come with questions?
Can we talk about my crystal?
That crystal is bonded to you. Through you, it acquires its character and strength. And through it, your power is enhanced. Let me focus on the crystal for a moment. There. Now it is fully in tune with you again. Is there something else you wished?
Did you know Revan?
I misspoke before. Ask, and I will answer.
I had a question about how Revan amassed such a huge force against the Republic. We talked about that already. I have thought more about the destruction of this homeworld.
And?
Atton said her planet was wiped out, that it was the only colony of her people in this sector of the galaxy.
Did he? And what do you make of that?
It seems strange a force-sensitive world was obliterated.
You are right to trust your instincts. Something is wrong. If your instincts lead you to an answer, seek me out. Ask, and I will answer.
Okay, we don't really have anything else to talk about then. I think. Can you teach me anything more?
Yes. Have you come with questions?
Can you teach me about the Force?
Very well. What is it that drives you?
I felt an echo.
Ah, I had wondered if... But your powers are strong indeed. There are places in the galaxy, worlds whose surfaces are graveyards, whose screams echo through the Force. What you heard was the echo of the past, and it travels still.
But what is it?
The answer will come to you in time. It must, when there is nothing more that you may learn from me, when the ruins of your past have been cleared away and I am no more, then you shall know what it is. And if you do not, then the galaxy shall die, and all my hopes for you will have been for nothing. Ask, and I will answer.
Okay, so I'll go back to talk to Handmaiden, because maybe now I can convince her to train with me to be a Jedi. Well, I don't really want to convince her. She expressed interest.
Yes?
Look like Jedi robes you're wearing?
They are.
Belong to your mother?
She was the one my father followed to war. She was a Jedi. I never knew her. I miss only that I never knew her at all. You may ask.
I wanted to talk to you about your mother.
What of her? As I said, I knew little about her.
Did you know she was a Jedi Knight?
This is already known to me. Why are you telling me this?
Well, it means you might be able to feel the Force as well, and you can learn to use it to help others.
I think I have always known this. It has always been in my thoughts. As I followed Atris, perhaps what I wished to follow was the call of my bloodline. Of my mother, I have felt incomplete, hollow since her loss at Malachor 5. And with your help, perhaps this wound might be healed.
And so it ends.
I want you to teach me the ways of the Force, to become a Jedi Knight like my mother.
I will not train you as a Jedi, but only in the ways of the Force.
That is all I wish. I want to feel what my mother felt for my father. What ran through my mother's veins when she was one with the Force. I wish to hear what my mother heard, as she fought the Mandalorians, until the moment she died on Malachor 5.
And know this, you have the markings of a Jedi Guardian within you, and it is time I showed you that path.
I will not let you down, Exile. I will honor you, as I honor the face of my mother.
The Handmaiden has taken first steps on her path of a Jedi Guardian. She will grow in ability as she travels with you.
Betrayal. Betrayal.
Betrayal?
Mistress?
She has betrayed me. The last of your sisters has betrayed me. Betrayed us. She is your sister no more. She does not travel with the Exile. Instead, she has chosen to walk the path of the Jedi.
Mistress, forgive us, but are you certain? She would not forsake her oath so lightly.
It is the truth, and it is done. Do you doubt me?
No, mistress. It is you who saved the Jedi upon Dantooine, who have collected their knowledge and hid it here to protect it.
But why? How did she fall? It is a sign of his corruption, and perhaps hers as well. He will train her, and she will be flawed.
There was a pattern to Revan's attacks during the Jedi Civil War. He sought to convert Jedi, not kill them. That is not all. In fact, he fought to keep the infrastructure intact, killed certain political leaders that would lead to destabilization. First Patriarch Lelin Dur of Sirocco, the Corellian diplomat Nimitz Yun, and Yasunas of Achani.
Malak didn't seem too concerned with keeping the Republic intact.
No, you're correct. The pattern ends with Malak. At that point, worlds die indiscriminately. Or seem to. Taris, Dantooine, all become targets during this time.
What do you think Revan's plan was?
I think he was trying to unify the galaxy against some other threat.
Against what?
I do not know. And that concerns me.
Nice ship you have here. Where did you get it?
We requisitioned it from the clutches of a Sith warship.
I see. Well, you were lucky to get it then. This is a fast ship. Well made. I'll bet she'd have some stories to tell. Now, was there something else you needed?
What's your take on the Republic?
The Republic is a stagnant beast that had been killing its people for years before the wars began. Were it not for Revan's strength, the Republic would already be dead.
But you were defeated and the Republic is recovering.
Open your eyes. The ease of our attack was as much a testament to the strength of the Mandalorian clans as it was to the weakness of the Republic. Only then did the battle turn. But as you know, only a handful of Jedi fought, while the others cowered in their halls, afraid to meet us head-on.
Well, I don't think it was fear that kept the Jedi from fighting.
I'm sure there were good reasons. I'm not accusing you of being a coward. You commanded the Republic fleet that destroyed ours. You were a worthy opponent. Now, was there something else you needed?
Can you tell me about the Mandalorians?
The Republic thinks my people are dead. Scattered. They are wrong. You should have destroyed us when you had the chance. As long as one Mandalorian lives, we will survive. Our honor, fortunes, and lives revolve around battle. From our earliest history, this has been our way, as it will be always.
There's more to life than war and battle.
There are, but those are luxuries. Luxuries that were paid for by the blood of our warriors, alive and dead. The Mandalorian clans will be united. Then we will take back our place in the galaxy. But we live in times of action, and I've said enough for now. We can speak of this again later. Now, is there something else you needed?
Can you do anything to help out?
I am Mandalore, leader of the Mandalorians. I will help you fight your battles and plan your strategy. But I will not be your errand boy. Find some other lackey to do your bidding. Now, was there something else you needed?
Have any stimulants?
I thought that the Force would be enough of a weapon for a Jedi like yourself. Need a little something extra to work up your courage in a fight?
Well, I'll take any advantage that I can get.
That's a good position for a warrior to take. But even better if he relies completely on his own strength. Here you go. But don't get too attached to them. I only have time to make so many. Now, was there something else you needed?
If you're the leader of the Mandalorians, I would have thought you'd be tougher than you are.
I've fought countless battles. Ones most didn't walk away from. The wounds add up. And even the implants are all that keep me going sometimes. I may have been stronger in my youth, and stupider. But now I've got to rely more on my armor, my weapons, and my cunning. Now, was there something else you needed?
Are you certain the clans will follow you?
We have suffered defeats before, but none like our defeat at Malachor. Our spirit may have faded, but it hasn't died. It will burn bright again, like a star in the heavens.
Why haven't the clans come together earlier?
The end of the Mandalorian Wars was something new and unknown to us. Revan fought us like a true warrior and defeated us on our own terms. Revan embodied our philosophy and showed us our own weaknesses. Then he exploited them. It was a painful lesson. With Mandalore dead, our weapons taken, and our pride destroyed, many lost their way. But I will change that.
Has anyone tried to do that before you?
Only Mandalore can command the clans. There was no new Mandalore for many years. I can tell you want to know more, but we can talk more later about this. Now, was there something else you needed?
How did you become Mandalore?
Being Mandalore is the greatest honor for our people. Mandalore's helmet is passed from one leader to the next. When Revan executed Mandalore before our eyes, he cast Mandalore's helmet away, denied it to us. He took Mandalore's helmet and left with it. If he hadn't done that, the new Mandalore would have been chosen that day, but without leadership and direction. The clans scattered, fell apart.
Isn't there some other way to become Mandalore?
Mandalorians have been around too long to be so dependent on such a tradition. While it wouldn't be unheard of for a new helmet to be created, it was determined to find the real thing. Claiming the helmet is a traditional way for the new Mandalore to be chosen. Even in defeat, we held on to our traditions.
So how did you find it?
During the Jedi Civil War, I met and traveled with Revan. I was there with him when he defeated Darth Malak, and traveled with him afterwards. Eventually, he told me where he had taken the helmet. He set me upon this path. We can talk about Revan and other things later if you like. You know enough for now. Now, was there something else you needed?
Okay, so I think I'm ready to go. I will just construct a lightsaber for the handmaiden. Let's Kreas. Specifically, I will change the color of one of those. I guess I can give her maybe a green one. Okay, this is pretty cool. 20 versus energy, because energy is most of the damage. It's both blasters and lightsabers. Okay, so it's time to go to Naar Shadda. Climate temperate, terrain, decaying urban zones, docking, refugee landing pad.
Well, here we are. The Smuggler's Moon. It's the gaping maw of Naar Shadda, swallowing all the cargo and spaceport thugs the galaxy has to offer. Mandalorians, mercenaries, war veterans, and pilots from the Mandalorian Wars and the Jedi Civil War ended up on Naar Shadda, from all sides of the conflict. When the last war ended, there was no place left for them to go.
Too many Mandalorians were scattered after the war, without purpose, without direction. Most became little more than raiders.
Naar Shadda's a rough place and easy to get lost in. Or for someone to get lost. If you wanted to keep out of sight from the Sith for a while, you couldn't pick a better spot.
What's Naar Shadda?
It means glorious jewel in Huttese, but don't let that fool you. It's the central breeding grounds of the Hutts. Naar Shadda orbits it. Naar Shadda's as slimy as the Hutts. Lots of swamp and bloated gas. It's where those slugs reach out and grab chunks of the galaxy. Trust me, we're not going to go anywhere near the place unless we want to be washing the stink out of our clothes for the next few years.
That bad? I didn't think anything could compel you to bathe.
You spend all day thinking up that joke? Maybe you and Beodur should start a circus.
I fail to understand the reference, though I doubt your explanation would prove worthwhile.
You sound like you've been here before.
Anyone flying the Star Lanes has docked on Naar Shadda at least once. I wouldn't want to live there, and I doubt anyone does by choice.
What's the refugee sector?
Not everyone who came to Naar Shadda were soldiers. A lot of worlds were destroyed by the Mandalorians and the Jedi. Left a lot of people wandering the galaxy.
So there's a lot of ex-soldiers on Naar Shadda.
Yeah, some came looking for work running freight and cargo. Still, there's only so many ships to go around and so many workers. So others lend their weapons to the Hutts in the exchange. It's become a prime base for raider recruitment across the galaxy.
How hard would it be to find a Jedi here?
It won't be easy. There's so much traffic on Naar Shadda. Finding anyone on the moon's surface is going to be hard. We're going to touch down in the refugee sector. There's a lot more traffic there, and it's harder for people to spot you coming in. Or find you once you arrive.
How hard would it be to hide here?
Shouldn't be too hard. There's so much traffic on Naar Shadda, finding anyone on the moon's surface is going to be hard. We're going to touch down in the refugee sector.
Okay, let's take the Ebon Hawk in for the landing.
I've plotted a course for the refugee sector, and we should touch down within the hour. Once we're down, we should finally be able to breathe easy. There's no way anyone's going to find us here.
Perhaps you have heard that the Jedi comes to Naar Shadda. While he walks upon the smuggler's moon, he is not to be harmed. You may watch him, observe his movements, but nothing more.
Why must we watch? We have hunted them for so long, and now we must wait?
You must, because one Jedi attracts others. It is the way of things.
Goto's head is filled with madness. Zhang family hunt the galaxy, look for Jedi. Jedi family comes here and we can no longer hunt? There is no sense to it. If you wish to live, you should respect Goto's wishes. The handsome Jedi has run for years. He will not stay on this moon forever. Let the Zags defy Goto. After I've collected their bounty, I'll keep their heads. You best leave threats unspoken, Hanner. You were carried far from the world of trees, maybe too far. I hear you not even collect the life debt from the little red-maned human female. She makes a fool of you twice. If she has crossed Zags, she would be very dead now. Goto or not, I will carve a bloody swath through your entire family. I swear it to you.
If Goto's vessel is no longer neutral ground, inform us so that we might initiate assassination protocols and commence firing at once.
It would be unwise to commit violence here. Goto's orders were clear. We are not to harm the handsome Jedi while he walks on Naar Shadda. Unless we are attacked first, then we are permitted to defend ourselves.
Observation. Jedi follow the self-destructive path of pacifism and tolerance. They will not attack first.
This Jedi is different. Goto told us to leave the Jedi alone, it is true, but he has said nothing of his companions.
Ah, the beautiful stench and decay of desperate living.
This moon, it teems with life. It is difficult to center oneself.
Never have I been to a place so alive with the Force, yet so dead to it. The contrast is like a blade.
Welcome to Naar Shadda. Towering buildings kilometers high and miles deep, with canyons so wide you could have a dogfight in them. Word of warning, watch where you step, or you'll fall for hours.
Are we going to be okay on this landing pad?
Sure. Most of the landing pads around here are unclaimed, or should be. They're pretty badly maintained, so they're not safe to land on. Well, I mean, not this one. But they all have the reputation, so we should be alright. I think.
The Ebon Hawk is a little exposed.
Maybe a little, but landing here means we didn't have to transmit our ID signature. You know what trouble that always brings. In fact, while we're here, we should get those signatures changed. Wouldn't make us such a target when we enter a new system.
Is this the refugee sector?
Yeah, in all its glory. Don't get your hopes up from what you see here, though. As soon as we hit the main sector, that's when the smell and the mobs can get pretty bad.
Any problems with the docking authorities?
No, but I forgot to tell them we were landing. The refugee sector's a dead zone. No one cares too much who flies in and out of here as long as they're not carrying cargo that the exchange or the Hutts might want a piece of.
Let's move on.
Alright then, let's move out. Where are we headed exactly?
It does not matter where we go. If what we seek is here, we shall come upon it in due time.
Yeah, if you want to stay on the ship and meditate some more, don't let us stop you.
Well, if Zaskai Eli is here, I want to find him.
Finding a Jedi, or anyone else touched by the Force here, will be difficult. The mass of people, the rush of their emotions. It makes detection difficult.
The moon is a swarming cloak, a shadow of emotions. It is an effective shield, but if we come near the Jedi, I may be able to see him.
You will not come near the Jedi. I will not allow it.
You mistake my intentions. I care nothing for this Jedi. But if finding him will speed our journey, then I will aid you in your search.
We do not need your assistance, Dark Jedi.
Enough. This moon does not get any smaller while we debate. This sector is as good as any place to begin our search, so let us begin.
Well, if we're gonna search a moon of a few billion inhabitants for one Jedi that even our own can't sense, might as well start as soon as possible.
I wouldn't mind getting some new equipment.
There should be a central trading hub up ahead. Their stock's probably not the best, but they may have some things worthwhile.
I want to find out more about this bounty on Jedi.
Well, that means finding either a bounty hunter, a ranking member of the Exchange, or someone willing to talk, none of which are too appealing. Bounty hunters in the Exchange are going to want to shoot you, and someone who is willing to talk to anyone, which means trouble.
The bounty is a waste of our efforts. All that matters is the Jedi. The intentions of the thugs of this moon are of no consequence.
This bounty poses a threat to him. We do not need two beasts at our back when the Sith are enough.
I agree. They're nothing more than a distraction. But even a distraction may prove fatal at a critical moment. We must protect him.
I do not wish your support, Dark Jedi. Your words only undermine my arguments.
If you are so certain of your path, then do what you will, servant of Atris. It makes no difference.
It's up to you. There's bound to be someone in the sector willing to spill their guts for a credit or two.
Okay, let's see where our path takes us.
Alright, if you have any questions, just ask. We should be able to leave the ship here as long as we want. No one supervises these landing pads anymore.
You there!
Uh-oh.
What's with you? Letting that piece of junk sink its thrust into my landing pad!
Well, it's a landing pad. Ships land on it.
No, really? Thanks for the insight. And here I was, thinking you were a smart human. I got another ship coming in, and unless you want that piece of junk's hull crushed flat, you better move it. Got it?
What other ship?
That's none of your business. All you need to know is that they're gonna be firing up their quad lasers if they find your ship squatting there when they arrive.
I can pay for the space and your time.
Yeah, right now all I'm hearing is talk. How much you offering?
Let's make it 100 credits.
Done! Pleasure doing business with you. I got some visitors booked for your space, but I'm sure the two of you can work it out when they arrive.
Okay, I'll take Atom because he seems to know a lot about Naar Shadda, and I'll take Handmaiden as well.
I hear you.
So,
something you need of me?
Party swap.
Just say the word.
Oh, that's also pretty cool. What's your dexterity bonus? It's only +4. But it's ought to be higher when I level you up a couple of times. Not to mention, I also have this, which is already going to make it higher, and then this. Charisma +2. Yeah, I think that's better for you. You wander too far, human. We warn you what happens, but your kind does not listen. Break legs, maybe, and then you do not wander out so far.
Look, you can't keep us trapped in the refugee sector. We can't survive there. You've got us locked in.
Know your place, human. Your place is there, not here. Another human? What are you looking at? Well, a couple of cowards without the stomach for a real fight. One human, not amusing fight. More than one human, a little better. Spills more blood.
More where that came from. Thanks for your help. They would have crippled me for sure.
I couldn't stand by and let them hurt you. Why were they hunting you?
Well, they work for the Exchange, for a Quarren named Visquis. He's looking to step up in the Exchange. The only language the Exchange respects is money, so Visquis is trying to increase his profits by using the refugees here in Naar Shadda as a cheap labor force. We're only good to him as slaves and merchandise. He wants to keep us in one place, so he can control us. That's always been the way. Well, except lately.
What do you mean?
The Exchange has been clamping down on the refugee sector hard, and I've no idea why. They've started kidnapping people, hurting others, but there seems to be no reason to it.
Where can I find Visquis?
You don't. He comes to you, if he's got reason to. Either because you can help him out, or because you're making trouble. Either way, it's not a good thing.
I was glad to help. You better head out before you run into any more trouble.
Whatever your reasons, thanks.
Spare a few credits, friend?
Of course. Here, take 5 credits.
Much appreciated, friend. Life's hard in the refugee sector, and this should go a long way to helping.
I wanted to answer some questions. I'd like some information.
Alright. I don't know much beyond the refugee sector here, but I can share what I know.
Tell me about the refugee sector.
This sector's filled with refugees from the Jedi Civil War, and even as far back as the Mandalorian Wars. Refugees and war veterans both, and anyone else who was rendered homeless by the war. The Jedi destroyed planets across the galaxy, and here's where the wreckage ended up.
Why are the refugees here?
A lot of space lanes cross at Naar Shadda, and once here, it's hard to move on. Even fighter pilots from the war can't get work at the docks. The freighter crews are full up. There's no work here and no way out, unless you want to become a hired muscle for the Exchange, or work in a Hutt slave camp.
And do you know someone named Zeskai Ali?
Oh, should I? He doesn't sound like a Hutt. What, is he a bounty hunter or an Exchange boss?
He's a Jedi.
Jedi Master? There aren't any Jedi Masters in the galaxy, let alone on Naar Shadda. This place is a cesspit, with the Exchange and the Hutts stabbing their claws into everything. But you know, I did hear something about a bounty on Jedi, though. Something the Exchange posted. Doesn't matter, though. Aren't any more Jedi around, so no one's going to be collecting that bounty.
What can you tell me on the bounty on a Jedi?
Not much to say, except it's a high price. You need to find a bounty hunter to get more, and they've been pretty scarce lately. You might have more luck trying to find someone connected to the Exchange. And I don't mean some spaceport muscle, I mean someone connected.
Any idea why they posted a bounty on the Jedi?
No idea. Could be one of them crossed the Exchange, and they're looking for revenge on all of them.
Where can I find someone connected to the Exchange?
Well, they tend to lay low. To be honest, it's like with bounty hunters. You may need to do something to get their attention. Look, one other thing. It's obvious you're new around here. I can tell it just by looking at you. Naar Shadda can be a rough place, and easy to get lost in. If you want, I can keep an ear out for you. Let you know if I hear anything.
I'd appreciate that.
I'll do that then. I'll come seek you out if I hear anything I think you might want to know.
I saw what you did to those Exchange thugs, stranger. Can you spare a few credits, maybe help another refugee in need?
Of course, take 5 credits.
Thank you, stranger. I won't forget your kindness.
Why did you do such a thing? Such kindnesses will mean nothing. His path is set. Giving him what he has not earned is like pouring sand into his hands.
God, Kreia, even when I don't take you with me, you still find a way to be annoying. Well, it may help him. Nothing is set. As long as there is hope, there is a chance for redemption every day. And, you know, those $5 might be like what he needs to, like, change his life, possibly. Because, you know, it's difficult to think about anything else if your basic needs aren't met. So, if that makes a difference between him, you know, eating well for a day, that might actually change something in the way he views his future, for example. Nothing is set. As long as there is hope, there is a chance for redemption every day.
And would that be a kindness? What if by surviving another day he brings a greater darkness upon another?
Well, you cannot know that.
The Force binds all things. The slightest push, the smallest touch, sends echoes throughout life. Even an act of kindness may have more severe repercussions than you know or can see. By giving him something he has not earned, perhaps all you have helped him become is a target. Seeing another elevated often brings the eyes of others who suffer. And perhaps in the end, all you have wrought is more pain. And that is my lesson to you. Be careful of charity and kindness, lest you do more harm with open hands than with a clenched fist.
To be honest, that's super stupid, what you just said. Because, well, what kind of... First of all, you can't even know that? And second, even if you did, that's like one of the stupidest ways to try and convince me not to do this? Because essentially what she says is, oh, by helping him, you might have made other people jealous, and they might hurt him or someone else. Like, what? That's like one of the stupidest... To be honest, a better argument would be that it's basically undidactic to give someone money that they have not worked for, because it creates this unfair expectation in them that someone will always take care of them in the end, which is untrue generally in life. That would be a better argument against charity than whatever she's talking about. That is a lesson I will never learn, for I do not believe it.
Very well, but mind what I have said. Use your power, but in its proper place.
To be honest, shut up. Like, you weren't even here, and you still managed to find a way to interject and be annoying.
And what did he want?
Just answers to some questions. Asked about a Jedi Master of all things.
Really? Interesting.
Just say the word. Let me take care of this. Pure Pazak.
Ready.
Airspeeder navigation interface. I am TT-32, the 30-second maintenance assistance model to be employed by the Master. How may I assist you? 30-second model? Oh yes, the previous models employed have met explosive ends or have shut down when they were unable to recharge. Explosive ends? Many accidents have occurred in the garage, and sometimes when equipment is used improperly, damage to droids, but please ignore the carbon scoring on the walls. The incidents are infrequent, as Master Tien is truly a craftsman. What do you have? I'm afraid all transactions must be cleared through Master Tien. Is there any other reason to be of assistance? No. Where did they leave that hydro spanner? Who's that? Someone in front of me? Raise your chin 5 degrees and rotate your head 15 degrees to your right, Master. Darkness has fallen upon my eyes, a curse of the age. What brings you here, visitor? Welcome to Tien's shop. My eyes are rolled, but I can see you want something from me. Can you change a ship ID's transponder codes? Could I? Will I? Not legal, frowned upon by government peoples with bottom standards, but troubles for Tien. It's not a matter of payment, it's a matter of equipment. Transponder cards are permanent once written. I have none. I would need a new transponder card that you wish to use, or a blank card, an ID signature. Bring me this and we can discuss payment. Any equipment I can buy? Actually, yes. You know what? I might buy most of this. Oh, yes, certainly. That's not that interesting. I see shape. Is there someone again? Are you alright? Right, yes. My eyes have failed before their time, but my hands and hearing are still sharp.
Hearing is pretty sharp, if you couldn't guess from the lobes.
I am not blind to sounds, no matter how quiet, so address me with respect. Now what brings you here? What is this place? It's the finest vehicle repair shop on this side of the moon, what it is.
Big Ears here might know someone who can change the Ebon Hawk's ID signature. Could be useful for avoiding notice.
What is this Big Ears? Compliments will not give you a discount. Okay, that's kind of funny, because, you know, probably with that being such a prominent feature of their race, of their species, that might very well be a compliment to them. Can I use your workbench? Ah yes, you may avail yourself to it. It is no trouble. But please return the Hydra spanner to its proper place when it's done, and the fusion cutter, and the plasma torch. Alright. I will... Ah, excuse me, one thing before you go. I was wondering if I might prevail upon you for a favor. It has come to my attention that my predecessor wasn't carelessly destroyed by Master Tien. What happened to him then? After the last accident, he was scrapped. He was then picked by a junk dealer, a mechanical cannibal by the name of Kodin, filthy beast, large husks, very unpleasant. What would you like me to do? I was wondering if you might be able to get him back, not for sentimental reasons, mind you. The utility droid in question has some plans for Master Tien's stored in the memory core. The plans are really necessary to be retrieved. What plans? I am not at liberty to say, they are quite sensitive. Suffice to say that they are necessary. They aren't dangerous, are they? Oh no, they are simply schematics for a new prototype droid shield. Quite fascinating, really. One of his rare moments of genius. Of course, it occurs to me that I shouldn't have said that to you just now, since it was intended. I fear that we will need the schematic if we intend to stay in business. Master Tien has fallen on hard times. New droid shields. Sure, I can help you. Oh, thank you. I knew you were going to be a helpful sentient as soon as my photoreceptors focused on you. If you retrieve my predecessor's memory core, then they will be most appreciative. What does the droid look like? It's a small astromech droid, brown, a little battered, but loyal and quite dutiful. It's IT-31. Where can I find Kodin? He works in a main hub in the refugee sector. We should have a graveyard of poor droids around him. Please be careful, as Aqualicious go. Kodin is rather quite nasty specimen. Okay, that's pretty cool. I might go for this. Yeah, that definitely seems like a better weapon. So, in your main hand, equip this.
Yes?
Mandalorian Heavy Blaster. It is also pretty cool and also fully upgradable. So that's 214. Maybe I can make this. It's pretty much already almost better, so... $315. Okay.
Ready.
The bounty hunters have been laying low recently, like they're waiting for something. Ugh, the stink here in the refugee sector is worse than the rest of Naar Shadda. Wish the exchange would pack up the refugees and
You are brave to walk here, ex-Jedi. In landing on Naar Shadda, you have stepped into the great dragon's jaws. Is that a threat? I am Vosk, once the Bounty Hunters Guild, now no longer. You have nothing to fear from me. How do you know who I am? Much information has reached Naar Shadda of you. Not many will recognize you, but all hunters will. Perhaps you wonder why the surface of the moon does not swarm with bounty hunters eager to capture you. It is because they cannot. It is their law. Law? Yes, there were oaths to the bounty hunter's creed, honored in blood. There were laws for hunts and bounties upheld. Once and now no longer. This is not known to many, but the bounty hunter's creed has been infracted. Laws are fragile, broken easily. What laws do they uphold? A contract is honored, and they are not to attack the other if they are chasing the same prey. So if they were all hunting the one person, they couldn't attack each other? Yes, that is why the smuggler's moon has become quieter in the past month. They all hunt Jedi, and they all hunt uselessly. Someone is playing them for fools. Who are some of the prime bounty hunters? There are many. The smuggler's moon has become their home. An entire nest of Gand have come, all of them having left their colony, but they will not say they have strange perspective on life, on hunting. They are very effective. Gand? Insects from poisonous worlds. They do not praise their kills or accomplishments, and they are difficult to surprise. They have the instinct of prey, yet they are predators. It is strange. Who else? There are twin sons, the Twi'lek slaves from Rilos, slaves who killed their masters and developed a taste for it. They have mastered the dance of death, very beautiful and very dangerous. I can handle them both. Anyone else? There are the Zag brothers, of course, cast from the Duros from attempting to wipe out a rival family of politically set Duros. There are hundreds of their kinds, not grouped by blood but by their cause, who claim they are a new family. They seek to raise enough credits to seize Duros for their own. There is a series of hunter droids that are new to the moon, and there is always Hanar and Mira. They will hunt each other until the sun of the system dies and beyond. Hanar? A beast, a Wookiee brought from the Midrim world, near my world of Hiskor. He was captured by Zerka, killed the Zerka slavers. Now he hunts the moon and other systems. He uses bounty hunting as an excuse for taking slaves and for breaking and killing humans wherever he can find them. He's very dangerous, almost unstoppable and angry. It is said he killed his own tribe, but no one knows for sure. And what about Mira? Once a slave captured by Hanar, brought to the slaver's moon, she's still a bounty hunter, perhaps one of the best I have ever seen. Why? Because she does not kill except when she has to. She respects the hunt, not the slaughter. Ask your questions, I have time enough for that. You sound as if you hate the guild. Membership in the guild is in name only. Most are killers, assassins. Somebody has taken the hunter's heart and twisted it. Those of the guild do no longer take pleasure in the hunt, only in the kill. Bounty hunting has become murder. So you're no longer a bounty hunter? I hunt no longer, the scent no longer drives me, the guild has killed it, as sure as they've killed their pledges and their oaths. Can you tell me where I can find the guild? You cannot. There is no base, no territory in which they stake claim. They are scattered throughout Naar Shadda and the galaxy. What can I do to make them show themselves? Credits are the blood that beats in the heart of every bounty hunter. Make enough trouble, get a price on your head. Make it so high that the scent drives them mad. No one can resist wanting to kill you. How do I raise my bounty? Cause trouble, make someone mad enough that they no longer care whether there's a truce among the hunters or not. So who should I make mad? The easiest is the exchange. No one else has the credits to pay. There is much danger in that, like baiting a Wookiee. If you would succeed, but it is very unlikely that you will still have your limbs by the end. Wookiee. A beast on a planet near my homeworld, valued for their pelts. They are difficult prey. Yeah, that gets a yikes from me, because obviously Wookiees are sentient creatures. I'll be going for now.
Don't waste my time. I've got a transport to catch.
Get up and go home, or I'll tell Modo to... Ah, a new face. Come in. What even is this place? He's not in a state to have a conversation. Welcome to Lupo's Swoop Viewing Gallery. You're the owner of this establishment? Is he okay? He's fine. What can I do for you? Are you the owner of this establishment? Yes, my name is Lupo Shar, and you are? I'm Reina Namiz. A pleasure to see a new face. It's rare to see a new racer that joins our ranks. Rare? How so? Well, there are not many people who can spare the credits to compete on a steady basis. I'll be going. Because I want to talk to the others first. Greetings of Order, I am Borna Liz. Greetings, I'm Reina Namiz. A pleasure. May I ask what you're doing here? I was thinking of racing my swoop bike. That would not be smart, at least not yet. And why is that? Racing now would be pointless. Lupo has a champion that cannot be beat. A droid. A droid? Lupo began taking advantage of all of the traffic of rich merchants and naive refugees by fixing the swoop races on Naar Shadda. After being repeatedly hounded by the exchange for a cut of their profits, Lupo found a way to fix the races and keep every credit by going legit. So he built a droid to win the races. Lupo commissioned Codin to make a droid that could pilot the swoop bike better than any sentient ever could. To be honest, it's weird that that's legal, because obviously a droid would have a better reaction time than an organic. A droid would be a formidable opponent. With a droid's body, his new pilot could withstand much greater trauma than us flesh and blood, and all the safety features could be removed from the swoop bike. So by not fixing the races anymore, the exchange couldn't claim a cut of the winnings? It is not the exchange's racer winning anymore. Even the huts have rules. So then why is this place empty? As my father says, you can shave a Wookiee several times, but you can only skin him once. He scared away all of the competition. Yeah, that's also pretty disgusting. It is also true. So he got too greedy. Yes, when everyone realized his champion was unbeatable, the bets dried up. So how do I beat him? I was hoping you'd ask me that. Speak. The droid is kept in a cage in between races as to not damage itself. You see, Lupo is notoriously cheap and did not spring for any software upgrades beyond the piloting program. So how does that help out? Oh, it's us now. I see you're smarter than you look, Off-Worlder. I made a generous bid to Lupo for the gallery and he accepted, but only under the condition that his droid can still race. And he would take over after he was gone? If Lupo's droid gets destroyed, he will lose not only the gallery but the champion as well. The next racer to come would not have very much competition. How should we proceed? What should I do? Well, it just so happens that I have the access codes to the droid's cage. What good will that do? If someone wanted to reprogram the droid or sabotage it in some fashion, then they would need to access codes to the cage. What are they? Not so fast. If Lupo sees that someone has tampered with the droid, he will get it fixed and change the codes. You must destroy it on our first try. If you're not up to the task, you will render my codes useless. I'll be back to this, because even though it definitely seems like it should be illegal for this guy to just have a droid do the racing, because it doesn't seem to me like an organic person would be able to compete with a droid in terms of like reaction speed. I think I'll still try racing with the droid, because, you know, I'm a Jedi, I feel the Force, so... Ah, stranger, is it not beautiful? Is what not beautiful? Naar Shadda teems with so much hope, but all the hope is for nothing. Why do you say that? Hope is gone. All credits go to Swoop bike, but I still lose. Why is that? Swoop is the only way for Sam to leave the planet. If Racer wins the races, the prize winnings will pay for the passage aboard transport. So how is your hope gone when you seem like you have a solid plan? Lupo Shar has got a champion that cannot be beat, and worst of all, he's a droid. How are we supposed to compete with a machine? A droid? Yes, Off-worlder, a droid's body can withstand forces much greater than yours and mine. With less weight, the droid's swoop can go much faster and maneuver much quicker to avoid the fan's blasts. Fan blasts? There are fans along the course that will blow you up, down, left or right. You must compensate for them, or else you will crash. Thanks for the tip. Maybe someone can even the odds. It has to be in here somewhere. Is there something I can help you find? Interface. Lupo's droid has an interface module for his swoop bike. Interface? Yes, the module that helps the droid see what is all around his bike. And that means it can avoid obstacles. All the obstacles, even the other swoop bikes. There are other swoop bikes on the track? Lupo's race not only uses the track, but it is the Lupo's race not only race to use track, but it is the only race to run the track backwards. Backwards? Other swoops come from the front, hard to see before crash, unless I can find the interface module for me. I wasn't aware they made those. There has to be one here. I can win if I can find it. Definitely everyone seems also to be convinced that it's definitely wrong for this guy to employ the droid, but another racer. Marketable face. You have a very unique face. It will be easy to market to the fans. Can I race? Yes, but be forewarned. The heavy lifters are operating today. You must jump in order to avoid as they move cargo. Anything else I need to know? The track we use is actually an old sewer system. It runs beneath the city, under the refugee camp under the methane bar. Do you know anything about the other swoop bikes and fan blasts? Fan blasts? The sewer vents are still active. Their turbines are strong enough to move a swoop bike in whatever direction the fans are facing. Other swoop bikes? We are not the only ones who use the track. The tricky part is that they run the course in the opposite direction. Okay, I want to talk to this guy. The droid is protected by a shield. Who do I see about a race? Go back and talk to Modo, he'll set you up. I'll try. I'll see what the time is for the droid. I want to race. Oh, it doesn't even give me time. So that definitely means it's literally unbeatable, right? I'm glad you survived. The droid posted a time. You raced well, but you should know that no human can beat this droid at swoop racing. I'll try again. So, I have a feeling he will always post a time that's better than mine. But still. Probably not going to be a better time. It's not. Yeah, I think it always gives a better time than me. The droid is equipped with a security lockout. You'll need the codes to gain access. I want the codes for the droid. I can reprogram the computer behavior core with a process delay without him realizing it. You sound like you know what you're about. Here are the codes. Slice into the droid's central behavioral core. You have bypassed the manager's security lockouts. Lopa must have considered the shield adequate protection. There is only one file, Swoop 01. This file contains all the data needed for the droid to race the swoop track without incident. Reprogram the droid. You have reprogrammed the droid to think that it is in a race and about to lose. This activates the droid's self-destruct system. Well, that's pretty conspicuous. What's going on here? Your droid seems to have expired. Droid, Lupo will have my gills on a plate. What happened? Your droid exploded. I believe your droid had a minor malfunction. I saw nothing. I'm ruined. I cannot afford to build another one. Those creditors will have my Leku on a plate. Perhaps someone can buy the gallery from you. I should be able to get enough to pay everyone off and still have some left over. I must move quickly, but who would buy this Kiska-infested hole? The Twi'lek female in there seems to be interested for some reason. Borna, yes, she's trying to snatch the place out from under me for some time now. Borna. You have performed wonderfully. Lupo could not sell me the gallery fast enough, for a very good price I might add, and left the planet on the first transport with creditors grabbing at his leku. Here's the cut of the profits I made of the purchase. They are yours in any case. All this is thanks to you. Thank you again for your help, Off-Worlder. I want to raise. You can. Anything else? So I wonder, what am I even racing against at this point? Is it just for fun? Oh great. I don't think I can even finish the race in this position. But who knows? Maybe I can. You're the new Swoop champion. The second place finisher was not on the bottle. Is there a prize? 500 credits. That is your split of the winnings. I appreciate it. Perhaps I will see you again. There is no more to be had. The races had only just began to attract attention once more. I'm sorry. Okay, so to be honest, that's kind of hilarious because that means that the time that I got wasn't actually important. But this episode has been long enough, so I'm going to save and end it for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!